Okay. Hey, good morning, everybody. I am excited. Uh, day two. Here's all the content for day two. Everybody. I am excited. That's one. Where's day two? Day two. Here's all the content for day two. Yeah, designing. I am excited. Designing. That's one. Today we get to design a little bit more. Let me turn this off over here. Mute. There we go. All right. So we're in Sixth Sense, getting ready to come up on the six ghosts of fear. Yesterday we finished up with behind me is the purpose code for those of you on YouTube. Yesterday we started it. Today is day two of the purpose code, building your DMP. We went 2 hours yesterday. Hopefully I'll do my best to keep it around 90 minutes. I seem to have a hard time of keeping my promise on time. So we finished up yesterday, Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense is a subject that will be of great interest and benefit to the person whose aim it is to accumulate vast wealth. But it not need claim the attention of those whose desires are more modest. I mean, right there. If you want vast wealth, pay attention. If your idea is to have modest success, kind of where most people are at, modest success, then there's no reason to pay any attention. It shouldn't claim any of your attention. The Sixth Sense. Sixth Sense is those hunches, are those ideas, are those downloads that you get. And if you're not open to them, if you're not willing to be aware of them, then I wouldn't worry about it. Again, this is one of the tough secrets. Only if you're serious about building vast wealth, which means we can go incrementally over the course of our life, and you can make more money every year, more money, every year, more money. The question is do you want to explode into the next level of income? And if you desire to explode, to expand, to blow up any fear and doubt, then Sixth Sense is something, this skill is something you'll need. Henry Ford undoubtedly understands and makes practical use of the Sixth Sense. His vast business and financial operations make it necessary for him to understand and use the principle. The late Thomas A. Edison understood the Sixth Sense in connection with the development of inventions, especially those involving basic patents. In connection with that, he had no human experience or no accumulated knowledge to guide him, as was the case while he was working on the talking machine and the moving picture machine. See, think about Edison. Think about Tesla. Think about Edison in such a way that everything, when you invent something, it doesn't exist before. You have the fundamental elements. You have these basic building blocks that you need to go find. Madame Curie, who discovered the particle, the element for creating things that I think it was her who created the glowing phosphorescent glow of stuff on the dials of watches, which we later came to find out that was quite carcinogenic. Anyways, another story. Nearly all great leaders such as Napoleon, Bismarck, Joan of Arc, Christ, Buddha, Confucius, and Muhammad understood and probably made use of the Sixth Sense almost continuously. The major portion of their greatness consisted of their knowledge of this principle. The Sixth Sense is not something you can take off and put on at will. Ability to use great powers comes slowly through application of the other principles outlined in this book. Seldom does the individual come into workable knowledge of the Sixth Sense before the age of 40. More often, the knowledge is not available until one is well past 50, and this is the reason why that spiritual forces with which the Sixth Sense is so closely related do not mature or become usable except through years of meditation, self-examination, and serious thought. I have this underlined in red. No matter who you are or what may have been your purpose in reading this book, you can profit by it without understanding the principle described in this chapter. So it's saying All of the other conversations, all of the other principles, all of the other suggestions, all of the other secrets to success, you can use those. This one, you don't need to understand because you can get rich over time. You can think and get rich over time. This is if you want to expand and excel at a rapid rate, at an exponential pace, is understanding the sixth sense. Hunches, downloads. This is especially true if your major purpose is the accumulation of money or other material things. The chapter on the sixth sense was included because the book is designed for the purpose of presenting a complete philosophy by which individuals may unerringly guide themselves in attaining whatever they ask for in life. The starting point of all achievement is desire. The finishing point is that brand of knowledge which leads to understanding of self, understanding of others, understanding of the laws of nature, and recognition and understanding of happiness. Let me say that again. The starting point of all achievement is desire. The finishing point is that brand of knowledge which leads to understanding. Understanding of self, understanding of others. Right there is how do you speak human? Right there is how do you become human, more human, so that you can connect with more humans? This is significant. I mean, maybe it looks like just words. Maybe I'm not doing a great job at expressing my enthusiasm in helping you to grasp this, to sit with it. This is why sometimes when you read, you have to pause and let it soak in, the gravity. Let the weight of this hit you. The starting point of all achievement is desire. The finishing point is that brand of knowledge which leads to understanding. What kind of understanding, Napoleon? Understanding of self, understanding your own greatness, understanding where your limits are, understanding what you need to get better at, understanding what you don't even need to focus on anymore. A lot of times people major in the minors when we would really serve ourselves if we majored in the majors. 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. 80% of your income comes from 20% of your activities. If you just focused on your 20% of the activities, that again would turn into 80-20. You'll find that if you really just hunker down into the 20% of activities that worked well for you, you'll find out that 80% of those activities only produce 20% of your income. There is something inside of that 20% that right now is producing all your income that if you focused on it, you'd narrow down another 20-80, another 80-20. And you'd find this, and you would get so significantly better return on your time. And that's where you start to use things like the sixth sense. The sort of understanding comes in its fullness only through familiarity and use of the principle of the sixth sense. Hence, that principle had to be included as a part of the philosophy for the benefit of those who demand more money. Having read this chapter, you must have observed that while reading it, you were lifted to a high level of mental stimulation. Splendid. Come back to this again and again. Come back to this again a month from now and read it. And read it once more. And observe that your mind will soar still higher to a still higher level of stimulation. Repeat this experience from time to time, giving no concern as to how much or how little you learn at the time. And eventually you will find yourself in possession of the power that will enable you to throw off discouragement, master fear, and overcome procrastination, and draw freely upon your imagination. Then you will have felt the touch of that unknown something, which has been a moving spirit of every truly great thinker, leader, artisan, musician, writer, statesman. Then you will be in the position to transmute your desires into their physical or financial counterpart as easily as you may lie down and quit at the first sign of opposition. You know, when we quit, you know, when we change horses, what if it was just as easy to continue? What if you knew that was just a hiccup as opposed to a breakup? Faith versus fear. Previous chapter described how to develop faith through autosuggestion, desire, and subconscious. The next chapter presents detailed instructions for the mastery of fear. Here we will find a full description of the 6 fears, which are the cause of discouragement, timidity, procrastination, indifference, indecision, and the lack of ambition, self-reliance, initiative, self-control, and enthusiasm. Search yourself carefully as you study the 6 enemies, as they may exist only in your subconscious, mind, where their presence will be hard to detect. Remember, too, as you analyze the 6 ghosts of fear, that they are nothing but ghosts because they exist only in one's mind. Remember also that ghosts, creations of uncontrolled imagination, ghosts, listen, there's a part of me that when I was little feared the dark at an unbelievable level. It still shows up. And then I have a dialogue and I remind myself that I'm quite comfortable in the dark, and that fear goes away, that energy shifts, that uncontrolled imagination. Remember also that the ghosts, creations of uncontrolled imagination, have caused most of the damage people have done in their own minds. Therefore, ghosts can be as dangerous as if they lived and walked on the earth in physical bodies. The ghost of fear of poverty, which sees the minds of millions of people in 1929, was so real that it caused the worst business depression this country has ever known. You think the news stations, do you think the media wants to stir up some ghosts from time to time? Moreover, this particular ghost, right, the fear of poverty, still frightens some of us out of our wits. That's the end of chapter 14. I think we'll end there. 6th sense. No matter who you are or what may have been your purpose in reading this book, you can profit by it without understanding the principles described in this chapter. This is especially true if your major purpose is that of the accumulation of money or other material things. This chapter on the 6th sense was included because this book is designed for the purpose of presenting a complete philosophy by which individuals may unerringly guide themselves in attaining whatever they ask for in life. Questions, comments, thoughts, takeaways. Chapter 15 is the 6 ghosts. How to outwit the 6 ghosts. That needs its own. You need to be able to come back to the videos and check this one out. Questions, comments, thoughts on the 6th sense. How do you use it? How do you acquire it? How do you build it? Why would you want to build it?
Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Silka.
How are you this morning?
Outstanding.
How is Molly feeling?
She's going to be a little sore today. They gave her some medicine yesterday. She was, she had her tubes tied, if you will. So yeah, she's doing good. She's
that's good. Yes, that's good. It always takes them a little while. I've had all my dogs have been female, so. Okay, 6th sense. How do you acquire it, or is it like automatically in?
Well, it's always there. If you've ever called somebody and they go, "Oh my God, I was just thinking of you." If you've ever taken a turn and avoided some construction or delay, you're like, I want to go this way. If you've ever purchased something at a good deal, if you we've used our sixth sense countless times in the past. We call it this. You know what we call it? You know how I know we've used it? If you've ever said, you wouldn't believe what happened, your sixth sense had something to do with that.
So does it like guide us
Mhm.
or not,
It
or
activate
stop us?
it does whatever you ask it to do. If
So
you
you
say, "Oh my gosh, the company's going to do something stupid," I can just feel it. I just feel the company's going to do something stupid, and the company does something stupid. Well, I can't control them. It's in your world. What you think about and think about, you bring about. So yes, it'll do whatever you ask it to do, unerringly, without error. It will bring you joy or it'll bring you sadness, because it's done both for all of us. The question is can you stay in a state of mind, not strategy, state of mind, asking with faith and courage. This is what your DMP does. This is what your daily gratitude blessings do. It activates your sixth sense so you can have those hunches. The statement at night, what talent, skill, or resource or contact do I need to come into my life tomorrow, is to activate, to pre-program your sixth sense to look for that thing going, oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened today. Because we've all had, you won't believe what happens today. A lot of times those are good things. Other times it's, you won't believe what happened today. I got a ticket on the way home. You won't believe what happened. We draw all of that. Our sixth sense brings us all of that.
Wow, that sounds like our sixth sense is pretty powerful.
It's
And
wildly powerful. It's so powerful that we have to, when we sit and we start to tune into it, you realize you can have anything you want to ask for almost immediately. Almost
so,
immediately.
so it can be positive or negative. So how do you get the negative to stop? I mean,
You
how would you do that?
Sure. So you have to become aware of what is the negative. It's there's a good chance that it's negative just to you because it's more impactful, because there's things that are negative. Somebody's crop burns down. A fire, a wildfire gets into somebody's wheat field and burns their whole wheat field down. That doesn't really bother me. I mean, I feel bad for them. I can have empathy and sympathy for them because they're a farmer, but it doesn't bother me. It's not negative to me. Their wheat field burned down. My wheat field burns down. It's negative.
Yes.
My point is that it's only negative when it happens to us. So how do you stop the negative? You have to make a decision, decide, cut off negative. You have to become positive. You have to ask the universe for what you want, not what you don't want. The universe doesn't hear anything as positive or negative. It only hears it as truth. I don't want to smoke. Doesn't hear that I don't. It hears I want smoking. I want fat. I don't want to be heavy. I want to lose weight. It says I want weight. We have to be so careful with our language. We are speaking to the universe that speaks a specific language, much like a dialect, much like an accent, right? You can tell a German speaker from a non-German speaker. I can tell a Spanish speaker from a non-Spanish speaker. I can tell a student learned Spanish or a in-country learned Spanish. I probably can't do that with German. I don't have the ear for that. A lot of us don't have the ear for understanding what it really takes to ask the universe for what we want. Why? Because we were taught shame before we knew our name. And so therefore we are shamed whenever we ask for something bigger, something more, something better than what we have. People call you selfish. And so therefore we use shame to avoid activating our sixth sense in the highest possible calling of it. And we stay stuck. And then we call in the negative. And we go, see, that doesn't work. No, it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. You got exactly what you asked for. I didn't want that. I'm sorry. You can't get anything you don't ask for. That's the scary part of life. You do not get a single thing you do not ask for. Well, I didn't ask for that. Oh, I bet you did. Consciously you didn't, but subconsciously you did. If it's a thing that you say you won't believe what happened, good or bad, you asked for it. The universe isn't mean. God isn't mean. God says what you want, what you wish for, I give you. Well, I'm not asking for that. Okay. There's the first lie. My take on it. And opinions are like eyebrows. Everybody's got a couple.
Well, yes, I mean, it's hard to wrap your head around it that when you're thinking you don't want something, so you shouldn't even have that in your mindset. You should
Correct.
just literally only think of the things that you do want and just eliminate the rest.
Imagine you're writing out your Christmas list, your dream list, and you get everything you want on there. Everything that you put on the list, you get. I don't want aggravating people around me. It doesn't hear the negative. It hears aggravating people around me. Boom. It'll deliver that 10 times faster than it will the good stuff. Why? Because everybody around you is negative. Everybody around me is negative, more negative than me. Well, how do you survive that? You just decide that's who they are. I love them. And I have to become so overwhelmingly, powerfully positive in my world so that their world is only a whisper. It's only a whisper in my world and not, it doesn't have full volume. Oh my God, they aggravate me. They got full volume in your world. Nobody aggravates me. Not for long. If they do, oh my gosh, wow, they triggered. I need to work on that. I need to work on that particular frequency when that shows up to be able to go, isn't that fascinating? Wow. I thought most of the people I knew could no longer trigger me in that way. I am so grateful that you showed up to sharpen my skill on how to be more positive when that shows up. These are the
Now you only
conversations I
think
have.
that to yourself, or
Always.
you don't share that with the people.
Oh, well, what I share with the people, I said, you are fascinating. I have never, there's got to be the only person in the world who does what you do as well as you do it. It is so cool to see what you do.
That's I mean, I sometimes forget that you say that, and I've written it down because it does help to look at things like that. I
Sure.
mean,
Listen, I'm not asking you to
because we
change.
wouldn't
I'm so
think of it
glad
otherwise.
you are the most nobody does you better than you. This what a blessing you are to this world. Nobody does you better than you. I'm glad I know you. You help me get better every time I interact with you. Oh wow, thank you. Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
And you probably think we're not going to interact for a while now. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I will do my best because until I become strong enough to deal with that storm and not let it affect me, have my roll down windows, I can choose not to walk into that storm.
You're German shutters,
Right?
like
My
your
German
friend
shutters.
Charles.
Yep, exactly.
Wow, it's very fascinating. I mean, it is very fascinating, the entire thing when you're thinking of, because you don't think of. This sounds crazy. But thank you. It it really brings um what do I want to call awareness.
Oh, yep.
Awareness that, I've never had before. I mean, I have sixth sense. Sometimes I know I think this is going to happen, and it does actually happen. So I try to stop myself from thinking that, especially if it's negative. I'm like, where's that coming from?
So a cool way, as you were just sharing, that I teach people that popped back into my mind because of the dialogue I'm having with you is an easy way to build your sixth sense is to take a moment and play it out. And what I mean by playing it out is go 4, 5, 6, 7 levels deep on who benefits and where does this benefit the most people. And this could be for any emotion that comes to us. If you go one level deeper, if you go, well, I'm going to interact with these people and they're probably going to be a little goofy, a little off the rails, they're probably going to be a little nut job, and I'm going to help them. Who benefits from that? Well, I'm going to get mad. Well, then I'm going to yell at Lola Bean, And that's not good. And I don't want to do that. So if I don't want to yell at Lola Bean, if I'm not going to get frustrated because she's going to be making noise and it's going to, because they're aggravating me, she's going to aggravate me and I'm going to take it out on her. So I'm not going to even worry about this. When you start to play out, you develop your sixth sense, because who you become at any interaction involves everybody is associated with you, especially those that are blood, especially those that you created with your DNA. So you have a bad day, your kids have a bad day. You have a good day, your kids have a good day. It is that significant. And when I learned that 20, almost 30 years ago now, that our DNA goes on to our next generation and our DNA is made up from our previous generation, our parents, I chose to never have another bad day at 14. I didn't understand that till I was about 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, when I heard an audio by Greg Braden called Beyond Zero Point on cassette tape. And I realized that my DNA has this interconnectedness with the universe that is called my world, my generation, my history, my legacy, what's coming after me and what came before me. I can interact, I can influence. So I said, if I'm blessed to have a child, I will never have another bad day, because I can make them sick. I can make them healthy. And you've heard me tell the story of when our house got destroyed and Mason got massive earaches and all of that stuff, yada, yada, yada. So that's our sixth sense. I choose to stay in a state of mind and bring more joy to me, more joy to them. Because guess what? If Mason's happy, when Mason gets an A on his tests and he shares it with us, that's awesome. It makes me and Michelle feel both great. So now we feel great. He feels good. He told us he feels good. We told him that we love him and it's awesome. And it comes back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's just this upward spiral.
Wow, that's very powerful. When you're saying it's in your DNA, it makes sense that sometimes people will say, "Oh, you're just like your parent" or something.
Mm-hmm. And there's parts of my parents that I hope I'm just like, and other parts that I hope I hope it ends with me. Right? My dad was brilliant at asking questions. My brothers, I think they know how to write a question mark. I'm not sure they're good at asking questions. I learned that from my dad. I spent a year with him after high school, a year, 365 days at least with him on the road, sales calls, hotels, in paper mills and power plants and nuclear facilities and coal mines, learning and listening to him how he asked questions, not knowing I was listening to him how he asked questions. I wanted to create sales. And I said to him, I said, I don't ever hear you ask for the order. He says, I don't ask for the order. They give me the order. Why do they give you the order? Because I've asked questions they never had answers to. And if I can give them the answers to questions they've never asked that need to be asked, then I'm the solution. And they'll pay anything for a good solution. So that's what I learned that skill is. What is the solution they're looking for? How can I ask them to identify, to clarify, to create the solution that they need? And then if they can't find it anyplace else, and I say, I got it, what's keeping? There is no objection. There is no need to protect somebody. There's no need to protect oneself if you've got the solution. That's all we do is provide solutions. The challenge is we're trying to provide solutions that they don't agree are the most important things to them.
That's why they don't follow through. That makes
Well,
sense.
yeah.
But how
So
did he learn to ask the right questions? I mean,
I asked a
you.
lot of the wrong questions. I asked a lot of questions that had nothing to do with, I asked a lot of questions that made me look smart. It didn't provide a solution. My questions are all designed to provide a solution. Do I have your permission to help? Do I have your permission to make you feel uncomfortable? Do I have your permission to take you out of an uncomfortable feeling? What does that feel like? What does that sound like? If that changes, who benefits? If you achieve that, who's jealous? These are all questions that happen at a subconscious level that most people are never asked. Nobody's ever asked. So who's going to be jealous of your success? Well, no one. Well, that's a lie. Otherwise, you'd be doing it. Who's going to be jealous? Well, I can't think anybody'd be jealous. Well, good. When you do, you'll finally be able to break through. Let me know when you're ready to break through. It's just that simple. The only reason, here's the biggest thing, understanding this sixth sense. Our sixth sense keeps us stuck because the most important people we're afraid to embarrass, psychology says, research says, science says, for the last 60 years in studying this, the people we are most afraid of embarrassing with our success is our parents. 98% of the people who struggle with success are afraid to embarrass their parents. Doesn't matter if they're dead, by making more money than them.
That's very crazy when you think about that.
And it's even crazier when it's been proven by science, when it's been proven by research, when it's been proven by 40 years of research, 40, 50 years of research. The reason we struggle is our parents want more for us. Our parents want us to do more. Our parents want us to become more. Yet because we were raised in shame, we can't earn more than them because we will embarrass them at an unconscious, subconscious, deep in our soul. We're afraid to embarrass them by making more than them. I bet if you look at today's averages and you do the scale of the cost of living and you do we make as much or just about as much as our parents did.
Wow, now that's very nuts. And I've heard you say that before. And I've never bought into it because I've never felt like that was my parents. But maybe there is something to it. Otherwise, you wouldn't say it.
There's, again, if you start to look at it and if you do the price of money today, right? A gold bar, right? Ounce gold went up like ridiculous, $4,200 an ounce, but gold is about $4,000 an ounce. A bar of gold, figure it out, right? Could buy a house today. The same bar of gold didn't change the weight of the gold in the 1940s, could buy a house. Well, it wasn't $4,000 an ounce in the 1940s. So this price elevation, the price comparison, if you look at what you currently earn and retrace it back to your parents' income value, I bet it's pretty close to the same. It might be a little more, probably is a little less. Well, we've got so much more stuff. Yeah, but things are a lot cheap. I mean, I saw a 50-inch TV for $300 at Walmart the other day. Are you kidding me? I paid $2,000 for a 36-inch TV 20 years ago. And now that same TV is like $100.
Yeah, I think technology as a whole has gotten cheaper. That
Sure.
is true.
So my point is that where we earn, I'm above my father's income. I've done a lot of work on myself. Michelle's not above her father's income.
Oh, how did you know I was going to just ask that?
Because that's my sixth sense.
That was just going to be my next question. How crazy is that? Oh my God, how crazy is that?
Well, there you
Okay.
go. There's one of those moments you won't believe what happened. That is the use of the sixth sense. You feel these things, you feel these downloads. So how do you listen to it more and more and more and more? It's right there. Your sixth sense is always there. You have the five senses. We actually have about 35 senses, but you have five senses that we look at the outside world. The sixth sense is on the inside. All of the
Yes.
five senses are external. Your sight, your taste, your audible, your touch, right? All external. Sixth sense is internal. We're not taught ever to focus on our sixth sense. You have a sixth sense when you created imaginary friends when you were little. When you talk to a toy, when you talk to your little teddy bear, and you, oh, I love you, I love you. Oh, where's my teddy bear? I need my teddy bear. That's sixth sense. It's a stuffed piece of fabric. But we personified it. We made it something real. We gave it its own identity. What does it say to us? That's sixth sense conversation. We've done it. We were brilliant as children with our sixth sense. And then education talked us out of it.
Interesting. Well,
So that's how you work on it. Start to play it out. If I'm going to have a good day today. Who benefits if I have a good day today? How many of you woke up today and said, who benefits if I have a good day today? See, we're mostly focused internally, and the dialogue, the self-talk, the auto-suggestion that's happening internally is keeping us stuck. The brain despises new. It loves patterns. Will this kill me? And if it doesn't kill me, how fast can I make it like something we've already done? So you're setting off on a new journey. I'm in a new company. I'm going to talk to people in a new way. I'm going to do things in a new way. I'm going to have new success. I'm going to have new levels of success. This is for everyone. How many of you want new levels of success? Do you know what's fighting you? Your auto suggestion, your sixth sense. Oh, I want more. I'm going to write out my goals today. I'm going to write out my things. And you read them and there's not 1 ounce of emotion in it. It's like reading a freaking recipe list for spoiled duck. Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah. And well, but I did
it's
my gratitude. I did my gratitudes. I put the because in there. Yeah, but there's no emotion. I feel nothing when I read it. Well, but I did it. How's that working for you? How's doing working for you instead of being? We're called human beings, not human doings. Right, Beamish? So how do you
right.
how do you activate your sixth sense? Be in the moment. Don't do in the moment, be in the moment. Take a breath. Who benefits from me having a great day today? Mason, Michelle, my dad's spirit, my grandkids. My grandkids benefit from me having a good day today. You realize that? My great grandkids, 600 generations of my family from now, God willing, will benefit from me having a good day today. That's how much impact we have on our worlds. Everybody I've
Wow.
ever done business with will have a good day today. I've done business with a lot of people. I've given a lot of hugs. A lot of people have my DNA. They probably have washed off a lot of it.
Yeah. That's funny.
So yeah,
That
that's
includes us as well, then.
exactly. So if I have a bad day, I'm hurting you, Silka. Seriously, I can't have that in my world. I won't have it in my world. I've made it a rule. I will have the best day ever. Well, you had a good day yesterday. I'm gonna have a better day today. Yesterday was nothing compared to today. That's how my day starts. Everybody I know, everybody I've loved, everybody I care about, everybody who runs through my head is going to be affected by how my day goes. Consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously. I can't have you have a bad day.
Well,
Not in
thank you.
my
I
world.
appreciate that.
I can't have any of you have a bad day. That's why it takes a lot of responsibility, ability to respond. I can get mad in my world real easy. Real easy. There's hundreds of things I could get frustrated, aggravated, mad about. But it's not my world. It's not my world I only live in. I live in everybody else's world. If you guys hear my voice in your heads from time to time, I'm living in your world. What voice do I want in your head? Do I want the one that goes, "Oh my God, Anura got out again. What a little witch on a broomstick. I'm going to turn her into a carpet." What? What? I wouldn't be good in your head. Good in your head.
No, you love her.
I do love her. I
She
still get.
can't do any wrong for you. She's like your favorite. She's all you talk
See,
about only her.
that's a good story you have, and I love that you have that
But
story.
I never got to meet her.
No, well, I'm saying my point is that you get when people hear me talk about Anura, they
Yes.
get emotionally engaged because they know that she's this little peanut. She's my little Puerto Rican with her little
You
Puerto
little Puerto
my
Rican.
little Puerto Rican walk because her hips don't jive so great. And so my
That's
point is
funny.
that there's a lot of emotion around Anura, rather than I just say she gets out all the time.
I'm surprised you don't let her come in the house.
Well, if she came down here, I'm sure Michelle would let her in. She's come as close as the chicken coop. So we'll see.
Ah,
She may get a little bit more bold. So there you go.
thank you,
That's
thank
how
you,
you
thank
build your
you.
sixth sense. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow, that gives me a lot to think about.
Well, and the good news is here's the good news, and I'll help you to activate the next level because thinking is awesome. Feeling is better. As you begin to think of these new things, think of the feeling that goes along with it. Desire is emotion, it's not thought. Desire is emotion on fire. It is
That
not thought on fire. So think Bring feeling into it, because there's a lot of people who just have miserable lives. They're the greatest thinkers in the world. There's no emotion to it. Life is built on emotion. Life is built on the being, on the non-physical. Right? Who are you as a being? Who are you wanting to be more of? And in that being more of, it's about feeling, it's not about thinking. Because everybody writes down their goals. I've seen people write down goals left, right, and center, and write down books and pages and everything else. And the reason they're struggling is there's no feelings. Whoa, 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 feeling. There's no feeling.
No, very true. I totally agree with you. Because yes, when I'm in a state when I'm excited and I can feel it, and yes, you are right. You are
Well, it's
100% right about
again, it's
feeling.
not me being right. It's just that's a truth.
Well, I know, but I mean, you
I
are
know, but
telling me
I
it.
don't
I'm
want.
just agreeing with you
Yes,
because I
and you're
can feel it. That's
yes,
why.
and the reason I want you to say that is because there's a part that goes way back generationally, right versus wrong, and this is for everybody, particularly with the way your mom sometimes said things to you. You're wrong. You're right. It's not about me being right. It's about, I want you to say, I'm right in understanding this. I want you to give yourself a ton of credit to understand this. All I'm doing is speaking letters that you happen to understand. If you didn't speak English or understand English, you wouldn't understand. None of this would be true. None of this would be right. None of this would have any value to you. My point is I want you, Silke, I want all of you to give yourself a little pats on the JM3s. I want you to give yourself credit for understanding that it's right for you, that this makes sense. I can do this. I understand this. I have the skills. I got the brains. I got the capacity. I got the chutzpah. I got the determination. I can do this. I'm Silke Carpenter. I understand this. That's right. I can make it right for me. That's the part I want you to get. Not he's right, I'm wrong. I want you, and you weren't saying that, but at a subconscious level, that was the story I'm hearing. Oh, once again, yes, that's right. I know I need to do that stuff. No, I'm right. I can do it. I'm learning this. I'm figuring this out. I'm so excited that I get to do more with what's right for me and my world than what's not right for me and my world. I want you to take powerful ownership of that, Silke. You are figuring this out. You are doing this. You are remembering. That's the thing I want everybody to do. You are remembering this. You don't have to learn it. You're remembering it. All of us. I'm not asking you to do one more thing. I'm asking you to undo, AKA plug for the show. This show brought to you by Sean G. Murphy, Personal Undevelopment Conversations. I'm asking us to undo what's been done to us. And when you undo, you have what it says, I think somewhere in the Bible, have childlike faith. When you have childlike faith, childlike wonder, oh my gosh, what's possible today? What's possible? I'm possible, not impossible. I'm possible today. Oh, it's become such a brilliant, such a joy. I've never done day 2 of the purpose code. I'm excited about it. I'm stepping in for a 90-minute conversation that of something I've never said before. I've said a lot of things like it. I've never said it based upon the purpose code of a day 2 session. It's 21 pages. I'm excited. Most people are like, oh, I got to get it right. It's already right. It's already right because it's never going to be right in my world for you. It's going to be right in your world for you. My goal is only to listen and to activate the highest parts, the highest portions of you. And that's why sometimes I'll have my notes and I'll go off script, yet it's the perfect script. Why? Because my sixth sense kicks in. Now, I've been doing it for 4 decades. Yes, I have a lot of practice. Sometimes I get it wildly wrong. Usually I'm pretty on target. So there you go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I
You're
love
welcome,
you.
welcome,
Thank
welcome.
you.
Love you too. Thank you.
I'm going to have an amazingly world-class day today.
Isn't that awesome? Doesn't that feel
Yes.
good to say that?
Yes.
And imagine if it rubs off on people. Imagine if everybody wants to hang around me because they want a little world class in their day. How cool is that? I love it, love it, love it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, let's go to AJ.
Hey, how's it going?
Outstanding.
Okay. I gotta say that you, sir, come to the rescue more than you know. And the reason I say that is because yesterday, so just setting the stage for everybody, talking about fear today. I guess a lot of people's fears are connected to fear of doubt. Yes. Fear
Yep.
of rejection.
Yep.
Yes.
Wait, what? A fear of what? What is it? How do you say it? I've heard of that.
I heard that word as I was traveling across America. So I didn't know that word before. That word was not in my vocabulary before. Well, anyhow, just setting the stage for everybody else. So yesterday, it was, let me rephrase this. It was effortless to overcome certain adversities in the relationship I had because she dumped me. So that's done.
Well, again, let's upgrade the language. She decided that you weren't the ride she wanted to partner with at this moment. Well,
Yes, yes, we do want extremely opposite things, I'd say.
and she's entitled
And
to all that she wants, and you didn't want to limit her. How awesome
yeah,
is that? What a
and
gentleman.
she didn't want to limit me. So I mean I guess
That's true love.
we had a gentleman's agreement, but she's a lady, so I don't know how you call that. But anyway, and then I gotta say it was no matter how gentleman-like the agreement was, it was kind of tough afterwards, obviously. And I gotta say that for a short while, just for a moment, right in there somewhere, I thought about, oh gosh, is this trip even worth it? Because it's exactly how you said it was gonna be. It's a lonely, dark path, buddy.
Until
And until and then you come at me with drift versus decision, and I start thinking about drift and what drift really is. And it was relieving. There was a lot of relief that kind of got pouring out of the box, I'd say, kind of
Mhm.
jumps at you.
Yep.
And I started thinking about, well, if a lot of things that we do is unfortunately drifting, and at as you stacked up questions yesterday, I figured answers for a lot of them, like right on the spot.
Mhm.
I'm gonna write them out today. We do really drift a lot.
Mm.
We drift a lot. So I guess I guess it's for the better because I heard this guy one time tell me if you cannot get something right now or something goes unexpected right now, it just means that a better option is right around the corner. And one of the points that I brought up during our 101 is that if I were to make that famous, or should I say infamous list, she wouldn't be checking off a lot of boxes. Matter of fact, she would maybe check one or two.
Yep.
And those one or two are probably going to be a prerequisite no matter who you're with, right? So felt a lot better today. Kind of did work around the apartment, did work for yesterday. I got the notes in the group chat, everybody. So if you want to check that out, that's cool. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for coming to the rescue, even when you don't even know what's going on. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, isn't it cool to know that you are self-rescuable? A lot of times we
Yes.
can't rescue ourselves, right? Mel Robbins says, um, "Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to rescue you. You got to do it
Yeah.
yourself. You got to step up. Nobody's coming. I happened to be there. I wasn't there. I happened to be there. Yet you allowed the space of self rescue to show up. You used my words. You had to still do all the work. I use your words when I'm looking at trading and I'm looking at other things. And every time I get on the mower, I think of your energy on the mower. And it's awesome. You're not here. Yet I can still feel your energy on the mower watching you as you go around and cut the stuff, especially when I cut the north side of the property. It's
Oh
awesome.
yeah,
You know,
and you're there to
this is
teach.
AJ's land.
You're there to teach your shiitake with my shiitake. Brass balls on you there, buddy. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that was a wonderful time we had together, and
Right. And so this is where memories become, right? It's not the old story, it's the new story because we're telling it today. It can't be an old story if you use it today, which is why we have to have our evidence files, ladies and gentlemen. Because when you are going to get attacked, you are going to get challenged, you are going to get pushed to the edge to see if are you ready for the next step. You're going to have the hero's journey, right? Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. You're going to have the night in the belly of the whale, the night in the cave. You're going to have the final resistance. You're going to have the journey back home. The challenge is you can't bring home the elixir of success until the reason I can talk about what I talk about and have it a level of confidence and understanding is because I went through the belly of the whale a dozen times. I spent the night in the cave a dozen times. We go on this hero's journey because if you're a hero, there's a lot of people who have 1 year of a success, 20 years over, and they say they get 20 years of success. No, you've had 1 year, 20 years over. You've been telling the same old story. When's the last time you were challenged? When's the last time you had a failure? When's the last time you had a major learning lesson? Right. I was sitting with Kyle one day, Kyle Wilson, and he said, when I ask people about investing, tell me your biggest investing failure. I haven't had one. Okay. Call me when you have. I don't want it to be on my watch. You can only learn stuff through going through the pain. So AJ, you now have a story to talk to people that says, yeah, how many of you can remember a breakup? How many of you have had a fascinating, wonderful breakup? It's going to feel the same when you break up with your old story. If you think you love somebody else, if you think you desire somebody else, if you think somebody else turns your crank, nothing turns your crank, ladies and gentlemen, like your old story. It's why you've hung on to it for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. You're afraid to break up with your old story. You're afraid to break up with who you've created.
don't know what you're talking about there, man. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
Bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, honestly, for a short moment, yesterday, for just one short moment, I was driving home because we had a cup of coffee. She was kind enough to spill the tea, if you will. Young people say that nowadays, I think.
Young people.
Over a cup of coffee. So yeah. You know, at this point, I'm pushing 25. It's crazy.
Oof,
Anyway.
I'm glad it happened before you passed away. God forbid.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
For
Jeez.
retirement.
Anyhow, like I said, just for a little short while, for one moment, I was like, "Is this shiitake worth it, man? Is this journey, is the desire for high life, for godly amounts of income, and just this international life that I'm building, is it worth it?" And then I said, "Oh, okay. What would Sean say now?" Sean would say, "I got 2 words for you, buddy. It's not your birthday." So I was like, "Okay, let's continue on." And then I went to work, and guess what happened?
No.
Tunnel vision, man. Just tunnel vision for the past 24 hours since I had the meetup, right? So over the last 24 hours, just tunnel vision, man. So
Now, remember, you have your archetypes, your sovereign, right? Your king or queen. I would go talk to your queen. Your queen helped you to take care of the kingdom. Your king is the one who protects. The queen is the one who runs the freaking show. So,
I'm gonna be talking to some queens in Miami in a couple months. Let me
yeah.
tell you that. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Or am
but
I?
again,
So
and so invite. This is why you have to have your list. if you think about the days of old when they did arranged marriages, Michelle, listen, there's no more arranged marriage than Michelle and I. My mom didn't know the list I had for Michelle. My mom arranged it, though. The universe got somebody to work on it because I wasn't willing to work on it. I said, if you want it to happen, show me in a way, make it so powerful that I had nothing, that I knew I had nothing to do with it. When you receive a Polaroid in an envelope and the only thing on it says, call her, that's pretty much, you had nothing to do with it. And that was all God. Took 2 years because I was really trying to avoid it. And what you try to do, your body does, right? I don't need anyone now. The universe kept hearing, I need someone now. And sure enough, a Polaroid shows up. 2 years later, we get married. 3 years later, Mason's comes along. And here we are sitting at our ranch. Just like yesterday. So write out, tell the story, ask your magician. Hey, listen, thanks for making that so peaceful. Thanks for making that so without the drama, right? Who needs
there is no drama.
Right? Who needs a
there is
drama
no
llama?
drama.
Who needs a drama llama? And all I can ask you to do is send her the best wishes today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for her. I can't wait to see who she comes in with. And I can't wait to hear about the birth of her first child. And you take care of you, be in a good state, because that is like taking out 99% of the garbage. If you don't allow all of that to leave, that 1% is going to stay for the next decade. And it's going to delay because you're going to be going around, oh, women, oh, what's that? Oh, eh. And it's going to build up 1% each week, 1% each week. By the end of 50 weeks, you got 50% of that stuff just sitting there, and you're so used to it. It's kind of like the frog in boiling water. You don't even know the water's got hot. You don't even know you've built up this resistance, this frustration, this aggravation. So ask your magician to help clear it.
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges I face in relationships that I have to overcome.
Used to.
Or yes, used to.
Right? See how the old story shows up? I know I'm a jerk when I point these things out. Yet it's I have a lot of problems with relationship. Really? So that's what you want? Well, no, but that's what we just said. That's a riggedy. We have to pay attention to. We are always ordering. We're constantly ordering from the universe. Constantly ordering. And the universe is going to deliver. It's faster than McDonald's drive-thru. It's going to deliver instantly, better than DoorDash. By the way, we had our first DoorDash here at the ranch. AJ ordered a Dr. Pepper and 8 apple pies.
Yeah, at that point, I would have killed easily for Dr. Pepper because they made the most wonderful out of this world burgers ever that you have ever had. And I was like, so you guys got any soda? They were like,
did not McDonald's. So just so
yes, Tom did. And I was like, do you have some soda? And they're like, no, we don't do soda here. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, let me find that out. So
and I said, I doubt DoorDash will be here. We don't have DoorDash here. And he goes, I'm a super DoorDasher. They'll do it for me. And I'll be damned if it took 45 minutes for it to get here, but it got here. And he got his Dr. Pepper and 8 apple pie.
Yeah. So that was great. So thank you.
You're welcome. Love you, brother.
Makes sense. And by the way, we are way past the point where I get aggravated when you say something. I mean, we're way past that point at this point, I think.
Oh, good. So now I can turn it up.
Oh yeah, turn the heat up because I don't want to be called you slacking.
There you go. I love it.
Thank you.
Hey, Michael. Good morning, Mr. 10X.
Yes, I only got a minute.
Okay,
but
go.
I just wanted to see if you were able to read the DMP yesterday.
I started to read it, and I love where it's beginning. I'll read it the rest after this morning's call, and I'll send you a note. I'll send you a video.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Right. So I know you got the DMP purpose part 2. So do your thing, but just text me later.
I'll do it.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Anyone else? Last thoughts, comments, questions on Sixth Sense? And again, we start today at 11 on day 2 of the DMP. And day 2, I got to tell you, it's desire as a decision. Desire as a decision. Desire is not an indulgence. It is instruction. In fact, research shows that when people suppress core desire, they experience more internal conflict, depression, and loss of motivation. Kaiser and Ryan, 1966, Intrinsic Motivation Studies. I'm not making this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not making it up. And that confusion you felt, that inner war between clarity and hesitation, it's not because you were lost. It's because you've been trained not to trust your signal. Your DMP helps you trust your signal. What AJ talked about when he said, for a moment, I got a little, is this worth it? He wasn't listening to a signal. As soon as he listened to a signal, he got through it. No harm, no foul. Interesting. He could carry that on for the next 5 months. I broke up with my girl when? In October. That was 5 months ago. Yeah, but it really hurts. What? Do or do not. There is no try. Don't try to break up. Break up. You're done. I wish you the best. Listen, I learned all of this. I had somebody pull a gun on me when I broke up with them. Probably not a good time to break up.
I don't think you should be speaking about breaking up out there, because that one thing that was bad. That was bad even for my standards, and I'm a jerk. So,
Oh, well, then there's that
Alrighty.
other one. Yeah. Yeah. The other one. Yeah.
oh
That
yeah,
one. Yeah.
all righty. You do
Okay.
you.
You do you, boo boo.
Love you. Thank you.
Love you, brother. All right, everybody, go have some fun today. I love you tons. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all who you're becoming and all of your being, because it makes my day better. I'm your head master of find the best decision and make it soon. Misfit. I'll see y'all where?
At the next event.
At the next event. 6 Ghosts of Fear tomorrow morning. 6 Ghosts of Fear. It's exciting. Ooh, funny how it's right around Halloween. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Pura
Pura
vida.
vida.
Vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace be
Peace
with
be with us.
Peace be with us all. And the queen of helping you find decision and make it so, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss Lee.
Boss Lee,
We
baby.
love you, girl. And a little white fluffy floating around.
Gurgly, gurgly, gurgly.
Gurgly,
Gurgly, gurgly. We love you, Fee. All right, everybody, go have some fun today. We will see you at 11 o'clock if you're joining us. And tomorrow morning, if not, love you tons. Bye for now.